काम ये है कि हम हिंदुस्तान में कोई भी प्रांत के हैं, हम हिंदुस्तानी हैं और हमारा प्रथम कर्तव्य हिंदुस्तान की हिफाजत, हिंदुस्तान की रक्षा।
ये हमारी एकता को नई ताकत देगी, उसे श्रेष्ठ भारत बनाना ये हम सबका दायित्व है। एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत।
Namaskaram. Welcome to Andhra Pradesh, the sun-rising state of India. The 8th largest state with an area of 1,62,975 square kilometer, populated with 4.89 crore across 13 districts, divided into two major regions of Rayalaseema and coastal Andhra. The state is being led by two dynamic personalities, Sri Biswabhushan Harichandan as the Honorable Governor and Sri Y.S. Jaganmohan Reddy as the Honorable Chief Minister. The people here are called Andhralu, who has a very rich cultural background. The traditional costume include men in dhotis and lungis, women in saris, and girls in parikini and voni. Telugus are described as Panchakattutalona Prapanchana Munagadu, meaning the hero of draping dhoti in the whole world. Originating from the Dravidian culture, Telugu language has a rich and deep literature. It's called Italian of the East as it is the Eastern language which is as favorable as Italian for music composition. Nannaya, Tikkana, Yerra Pragada are called Kavitrayam for translating the Mahabharata into Telugu. Potana, Srinada, Mulla and Tarigonda Vengamamba are the poets who made significant contribution to the Telugu literature. When Sri Krishna Devaraya was asked why he has penned Amukta Malyada in Telugu, he replied,
Desha bhashalandu Telugu lessa,
which means Telugu is the best among the nation's languages. Ashtadiggajas is the collective title given to the 8 poets in the court Bhuvana Vijayam of Sri Krishna Devaraya. Allasani Peddana, known for his Markandeya Puranam, is called as Andhra Kavita Pitamaha. His compositions are known, striking and surprising. Nandi Timmana is known for his soft and sweet words and praised Mukku Timmana Muddu Palugu. Maddaya Gari Mallana's poems restrained for romance. Dhurjati is known for integrating the Puranic themes with local stories. Ayalaraju Ramabhadradu is famous for his Sakala Katha Sara Sangraham. Ramaraju Bhushanudu is famous for his Vasu Charitra. Pingali Surana's revolutionary poems are seen in Raghava Pandaviyam. Tenali Ramakrishna is known as Vikatakavi for his wit.
Mekatokaku mekatoka mekakutoka mekatoka meka mekatoka 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 mekatokatoka meka mekatoka meka mekatokatoka meka mekatoka meka mekatokatoka meka mekatoka meka mekatokatoka meka mekatoka meka.
The influential music compositions of Tyagaraja, Annamaya, Ramadasu, Tumu Narasimhadasu and Mangalampalli Balamurali Krishna to the grammar of sound made the Telugu language the preferred language for composition for Carnatic music. Narayana Tirtha and Kshetraya has also contributed enormously to the music and its literature. Vemana, Sri Sri
మరో ప్రపంచం పిలిచింది. పదండి ముందుకు పరండి బ్రోసుకు పోదాం పైకి కరం తొక్కుతూ పదం పాడుతూ అంతరాళం గర్జిస్తూ పదండి పోదాం వినపడలేదా మరో ప్రపంచపు జలపాతం. దాడి పొరుగున గుండె నెత్తురులు తర్పణ చేస్తూ పదండి ముందుకు. బాటలు నడిచి పేటలు కరచి కోటలన్నిటిని దాటండి. నదీ నదాలు అడవులు కొండలు ఎడారులా మన గడ్డంకి. పదండి ముందుకు పదండి తోసుకు పోదాం.
గురజాడ అప్పారావు, గుర్రం జాషువా, Viswanatha Satyanarayana, Devulapalli, Jandyala are the poets of the modern era. Avadhanam, a literary procedure, is special in Telugu in which the Avadhani is given different literary tasks to work simultaneously with his skills of literature, critical thinking, timely response, concentration, and recitation. One such task is a Dattapadi, where 4 words of same or different language and a non-related situation are given, and the Avadhani is expected to compose and recite a poem on those. The number of Pruchakulu or task givers may vary as Ashta 8, Sata 100, and Sahasra 1000. Kopparapu Sodara Kavulu and Tirupati Venkata Kavulu are well known in this field. Garikapati Narsimharao, Madagula Nagafani Sharma, and Medasani Mohan are predominant in carrying this legacy in this 21st century. Krishna and Godavari are the 2 major rivers of Andhra Pradesh. These 2 beautiful rivers and their tributaries Penna, Tungabhadra, Vamsadhara, Nagavali are the main source of water for livelihood and agriculture. Agriculture is the main occupation and vital source of income of the state. 77% of the Indian food grains are produced in AP. Paddy is the majorly grown crop, and thus AP is called the rice bowl of India with its major contribution. Other important crops are groundnuts, sunflower, maize, sugarcane, cotton, mango, tobacco and pulses, etc. Guntur mirchi is known to be one of the spiciest chilies of the world. The 555 fishermen villages make AP rank first in the country in marine as well as freshwater aquaculture. Pulasa, the costliest and exported fish found in Godavari waters, is a matter of pride. Telugu people are fond of hot and spicy tastes. There are idioms as Navakaya Pindi Vantalu and Panchabhaksha Paravannalu. The staple food being rice, millets are also consumed at a considerable rate. Pulihora, Garelu, Bobbatlu, Mirchi Bajji, Gunta Punugulu are famous, to name a few. The pickles of avakaya made with kernel of the mango and gongura are predominant in the cuisine. The famous sweets that are named after the places they are made include Kakinada Kaja, Atrayapuram Pootarekulu, Madugula Halwa, Tapeswaram Kaja, Sarpavaram Mamidi Tandra, Penugonda Kajjikayalu, Tirupati Laddu, Annavaram Prasadam, and Bandar Laddu. Ragi Sankati, Jonnakudu, Pesarattu, and Uggani are popular in the Rayalaseema region.
Venkateswara Swami Temple is a Hindu temple situated in the hill town of Tirumala at Tirupati. The temple is dedicated to Venkateswara, a form of Vishnu, who is believed to have appeared here to save the mankind from trials and troubles of Kali Yuga. Hence, the place has also got the name Kali Yuga Vaikuntham, and the Lord here is referred to as Kali Yuga Pratyaksha Daivam. The temple is also known by other names like Tirumala Tirupati, Tirupati, Tirupati Balaji Temple. The temple is estimated to be visited by 30 to 40 million pilgrims annually. Brahmotsavam is celebrated here at a grand scale. Kanakadurga temple is a famous temple of goddess Durga. The temple is located on the Indrakiladri hill on the banks of river Krishna. Kalika Purana, Durga Saptasati and other Vedic literature have mentioned about goddess Kanakadurga on the Indrakiladri and have described the deity as Swayambhu, that is self-manifested. This is the place where Arjuna obtained Pasupatastra and this temple was said to be built by him. Sri Veera Venkata Satyanarayana Swami temple, most famously called as Annavaram temple, is a Hindu Vaishnavite temple situated at Annavaram town. Anna means food and Varam means blessing. The deity has blessed the people with abundance of food. The temple is on a hillock near Ratnagiri on the banks of river Pampa. The temple resembles a chariot with 4 wheels in 4 corners. The main sanctum is in 2 floors and the main entrance had been gold plated. The temple hosts mandapam to conduct Satyanarayana Vratam. The prasadam offered here can't be found anywhere else and is one of its kind. Dwaraka Tirumala temple is dedicated to Lord Venkateshwara, an incarnation of Vishnu. The temple is also known by other name like Chinna Tirupati, meaning small Tirupati. The pilgrimage center is called Dwaraka Tirumala after the great saint Dwaraka, who located the self-manifested idol of Lord Sri Venkateshwara after severe penance in the Valmikam, an ant hill. The presiding deity is up to the bust and the lower portion is in the earth, said to be offered to Bali Chakravarti in Patala for his daily worship. The full idol in the back has been installed by Ramanuja of 11th century. Srikalahasti temple is located in the town of Srikalahasti. It is one of the most famous Shiva temples in South India and is said to be the site where Kannappa was ready to offer both his eyes to cover the blood flowing from the Shivalinga before Shiva stopped him and granted him moksha. Sri means spider, Kala means snake and Hasti means elephant. All the 3 worshipped the Lord and attained moksha, that's why it is called Sri Kalahasti. The 120 feet high main Gopuram and the 100-pillar Mandapam were constructed by Sri Krishna Devaraya, the Vijayanagara king, in 1516. The presiding image of Shiva in the form of Linga is made of white stone in a shape resembling the trunk of an elephant. The temple faces south while the sanctum faces west. The temple is located on the foothills of a hill where there is also a belief that the temple was carved out of a monolithic hill. Sri Brahmaramba Mallikarjuna temple or Sri Sailam temple is a Hindu temple dedicated to the deities Shiva and Parvati. It is significant to the Hindu sects of both Shaivam and Shaktam, as this temple is referred to as one of the 12 Jyotirlingas of Lord Shiva and as one of the 18 Shaktipeethas of Goddess Parvati. Shiva is worshipped as Mallikarjuna and is represented by the lingam. His consort Parvati is depicted as Brahmaramba. It is one of the only 3 temples in India in which both Jyotirlinga and Shaktipeetha are revered. Arasavalli Sun Temple is a 7th century AD sun temple at Arasavalli village. This temple is considered as one of the oldest sun temples in India. The temple is built in such a way that the early morning rays of the sun fall on the feet of the deity twice a year, even when the 5 entrance gates are closed. It is believed to be built by King Devendra Varma, the ruler of Kalinga dynasty. The temple is very much recognized as a resemblance of magnificence and beauty. It takes in architectural skills of Vishwakarma Brahmins or Maharanas of Odisha. Sri Varaha Lakshmi Narasimha Temple, Singhachalam, is dedicated to Vishnu, who is worshipped here as Varaha Narasimha. As per the temple's legend, Vishnu manifested in this form after saving his devotee Prahlada from the murder attempt by his father Hiranyakashipu. Except on Akshaya Tritiya, the idol of Varaha Lakshmi Narasimha is covered with sandalwood paste
throughout the year, which makes it resemble a linga. The original shape of the deity in a Tribhanga posture has two hands with the head of a lion on a human torso. The Borra caves, also called Borra Guhalu, are located on the east coast of India in the Anantagiri hills of the Araku Valley. The caves, one of the largest in the country at an elevation of about 705 meters, distinctly exhibit a variety of speleothems ranging in size. The caves are basically karstic limestone structures extending to a depth of 80 meters and are considered the deepest caves in India. The Undavalli Caves, a monolithic example of Indian rock-cut architecture and one of the finest testimonials to ancient Visvakarma Sthapatis, are located in Undavalli. It is one of the centrally protected monuments of national importance. There are variations in the depths of each floor. The ground floor is an unfinished low-pillared hall with 8 pillars and 7 door openings on facade. The second story has a pillared rectangular shrine of Lord Vishnu on a serpent. Sculptures on the walls represent Vaishnava deities. The top floor was unfinished with a triple shrine. Some of the sculptural specimens are attributed to Chalukyan period. It has 5-meter long statue of Lord Buddha in a reclining position. Telugus believe in marriage as the union of two families beyond individuals. The Vivaha Veduka may last up to 5 days or may continue up to 16 days. The bride and the groom are considered as Goddess Lakshmi and Lord Sri Mahavishnu. Wedding has 54 different fragments, of which few are considered most important. After the Pelli Chupulu or matchmaking, the first event is Nischay Tambulam or the engagement. Women take part joyfully in grinding turmeric for the rituals. Mangala Snanalu, the bride proceeds to Gauri Puja, where she prays the goddess Parvati for Saubhagyam or prosperity. Pradhanam is where the bride is gifted by the groom's family several items including clothes, jewellery, toiletries, sweets and many more. During Kanyadanam, bride's father treats groom with veneration and gifts him. Jilakara Bellam is the most important ritual. The paste of cumin and jaggery is believed to excite the Brahmarandra. Upon the first sight at this moment, the couple imprints each other and thus gets united for life. The groom ties the Mangala Sutra to the bride with 3 knots. Saptapadi is the ritual in which the pair takes 7 steps around the holy fire, taking 7 promises to be with each other for eternity. Post this ceremony, there will be several fun yet traditional activities like Talambralu, Ungaralata, Arundhati Darshanam and Appagintalu. Bobbili Veena is a traditional music instrument which is also known as Saraswati Veena. These Veenas are made up of seasoned jackfruit woods and is an integral part of Carnatic music. Vibrant designs and colors are used in order to give the Veenas a designer look. Designs of flowers and leaves are inlaid on the main sheet. The Veena is mostly made up of a single piece of jackfruit wood called as Ekandi Veena. In some cases, one joint near the Dandi and LA is seen. Buditi Brass Craft. The brass products made here include bells for temples, cooking utensils, flower pots, lamps, etc. These bells are used in temples. It is one of the oldest and famous craft of Buditi. This product is normally in high demand throughout the year. is highly resonant, which provides a longer lasting sound than general. Kondapalli toys are made from the wood of Tellaponanki, white sander, found in the forests of the geographical region of Kondapalli and Gangineni. The wood is nature's gift to this geographical area. Kondapalli is famous for its wooden toys painted in vibrant hues obtained from natural dyes and colors made from the extract of plants like karakkai and moduga. The concepts include birds, animals, mythological characters, and rural life. Tolu Bommalu, the art of leather puppets, goes back to more than 100 years. A rigorous spring cleaning of the leather is undertaken. When the top portion becomes a bit smooth, it is scraped clean with a knife. Then follows another round of water soaking, this time along with khadaka powder, a local vegetable dye, for another 10 days. The leather now assumes its natural color of light brown and is ready for the designs to be drawn on it. The colors are filled in with vegetable dyes, brilliant reds, greens, whites, yellows, browns and orange. Etikoppaku, traditionally known as Etikoppaku Bommalu, the toys are made out of wood and are colored with natural dyes derived from seeds, lacquer, bark, roots and leaves. This practice of lacquering ranges back to 300 BCE. These toys stand out among other techniques with their perfectly rounded heads, their cylindrical bodies glistening and smooth. Marriage scenes are the signature themes of Etikoppaku Bommalu. The facial features, volumes of the body, and their two-planar orientation all point to classic abstraction. As a result, they never go out of style. Kalamkari. Kalamkari is the art of dyeing the fabric with hand painting. Kalam means pen that is used for drawing and coloring. The usage of pen involves two types, one for drawing made from bamboo, the other for coloring. The coloring process involves usage of only natural dyes which are extracted from flowers and vegetables. Kalamkari is visually identified by the overall floral twine designs which are block printed and produced in traditional laborious methods. Handlooms. Andhra Pradesh is the home to some of the finest historic fabric making, fashion and dyeing traditions of the world. Fascinating weaves from Dharmavaram, Uppada, Venkatagiri and Mangalagiri are the result of this 3,000-year-old fashion tradition. Evidence of origin of Dharmavaram saris can also be found in the roof wall paintings of Lepakshi temple near Hindupur. and reversible design that appears on both sides upon weaving. Venkatagiri sarees are worn with fine 100 inches cotton yarn in both wrap and weft. The saree is ornamented with zari in pallu and border and are made in soft and pastel colors in general. Mangalagiri fabrics are crisp finish fabrics, a unique variety woven from cotton and has most characteristic features such as zari on the border and no woven designs on the body.
Kuchipudi is the classical dance form of Andhra Pradesh, which is named after the village Kuchipudi from where it has evolved. It is based on the Natya Shastra of Saint Bharata and was initially a dance drama tradition. It followed the Nattu Mela Sampradaya, an all-male artist ensemble. Women were introduced in the early 1900s. The troops used it to perform the stories of Bhagavatam as dramas, for which they are known as Bhagavatu. These dance dramas are well structured, with equal importance to dance, dialogue and drama. Pravesa Darvu is seen, where the character sings and dances about himself as an introduction. There are other darvus in which Samvada Darvu is a dialogue with dance. The essence and gist of Kuchipudi is found in the Bhama Kalapam of Siddhendra Yogi. The story portrays how Satyabhama and Krishna got united after a small miscommunication. The speciality of Kuchipudi is its Vachikabhinaya, that is dialogue delivery, which is not seen in other dance forms. With time, Kuchipudi has evolved as a solo presentation with equal priority to the three aspects of Nritta, the pure rhythmic dance, Nritya, the expressive dance, and Natya, the storytelling. Tarangam is a popular item of the Kuchipudi repertoire. The dancer dances on the rim of a brass plate to the verses of Krishna Leela Tarangini. Kuchipudi represents the metaphysical desire of man to unite with the Supreme. Vilasini Natyam is the dance of traditional Devadasas. It's a comprehensive representation of a dance tradition which was practiced by the Telugu hereditary female singer dancers called Kalavantulu in temples, royal courts and public performance spaces. It was revived and named by Padma Bhushan Swapna Sundari.
विश्व सृष्टि स्थिति लय प्रभु जीवितं व्योमदेश पितानुचित्वय निष्कलं मृगवाहनं वायुतालमिदं प्रियम्
तज्जं तनं तद्रुं तद्धिं तत्ता किट्टधिं किट्ट तद्दि किट्टजं तजं किडतगड जं तत नं तत रुं तग धिं तत्तत्त किट्ट धिं किट्ट तद्दि किट्ट जं तजं.
Andhra Natyam is also the dance form of Devadasis and courtesans. It comprises of Agama Nattana performed in temples, Asthana Nattanam is the court dance. Navajanardanam is where Pauranic themes are portrayed for common audience. Dimsa is a tribal dance form that is performed primarily by Orja caste women in the Araku Valley. A group of 15 to 20 women form a circle and dance, praising the deity for the welfare of their domestic life. They also dance at the weddings since the women pray for peaceful and happy married life. They typically wear tribal dresses and ornaments, while the leading lady also carries a peacock feather in her hand. Tappatagullu is performed in the praise of goddess Gangamma, and the themes are generally taken from Bhagavad Gita or Ramayana. The dancer plays a drum that hangs round his neck. Popular in Kanuku is Gutta Bommalu, which literally mean basket toys that are made of wood husk, dry grass and cow dung. Each dancer wears a different mask over the head and shoulders enlarging the scope of the performer and dances to a non-verbal rhythm which adds colors to the movements. Dappu dance is common during village fairs and festivals. They are mostly non-verbal performances with drum beats that invigorate both the artist and the audience. The rhythmic ankle bells, colorful attires create a spectacular impact. Kolatam or the stick dance is one of the most popular dance narratives in Andhra Pradesh. It is also called as Kolanalu or Kolanalu. Jada Kolatam is special, where the dancers beat holding different strands in their hands. Kolatam is a combination of rhythmic movements, songs and music. Harikatha is a composite art form composed of storytelling, poetry, music, drama, dance and philosophy, most prevalent in Andhra Pradesh. Any Hindu religious theme may be the subject for the Harikatha. At its peak, Harikatha was a popular medium of entertainment which helped transmit cultural, educational and religious values to the masses. The main aim is to educate them about knowledge of Atma, the self, through stories and show them the path of liberation.
पर्वतराजाग्रणी हिमवंतुडु सर्वेन्द्रिय निग्रहुडै पर्वतराजाग्रणी हिमवंतुडु सर्वेन्द्रिय निग्रहुडै सर्वाणि मूर्छित पंपुनरुपसागे समुदावहुडै अंत कोन्नाళ్ళ कथनि म्रोल प्रत्यक्षमయ్యనుడాని अंत कोन्नाళ్ళ कथनि म्रोल प्रत्यक्षमయ్యనుడాని संतताश्रित जनाठि विमोच
is an oral storytelling technique in Jangam Kada tradition performed in villages. The troupe has one main performer and two co-performers. It is a narrative entertainment that consists of prayer, solo drama, dance, songs, poems and joke. The topic will be a Hindu mythological story or a contemporary social issue.
మెసిన కోడెలా తందుకు పారిపోయిందా తారక రక్తం ఒలికిందా రాజు పుంజుపడి చచ్చిందా ఈ విధంగా ఎప్పుడైతే మొదటిసారి జరిగినటువంటి పందెంలో రెండవసారి జరిగినటువంటి పందెంలో కూడా విజయరామరాజు గారు పుంజు ఓడిపోయి నరసింహుడ హిరణ్యకశిపును చేర్చిన సంతాన ఎన్నో పొట్టు పొడిచినాడా.
Tolubommalatalu is the shadow puppet theatre tradition of the state of Andhra Pradesh. Tolubommalata literally means the dance of leather puppets. The puppets are mounted in the middle of a palm stem, extended to form a handle used to move the body part of the puppet. The arms are moved with detachable sticks that have a small piece of string. This ancient custom, which for centuries provided knowledge of the Hindu epics and local folk tales, not to mention news, has spread to the most remote corners of the subcontinent. Elements that have long defined Telugu culture also include Bapu's paintings, Nanduri Subbarau's Yenki Patalu, the mischievous Budugu, Annamaya's songs, Araku Valley,
సురభి నాటకాలు,
ఒక దృశ్య నాటకం, ఇతర నాటకాలు శ్రావ్యం, ఇది కళ్ళతోటే చూడాలి. అందుకే ఎవరు కూడా ఆ 2-3 గంటలు సీటు మించి ఎవరు లేగరు.
అవునండి, కరెక్ట్ అండి.
పైగా సెకండ్స్లో అవ్వాలి, సెకండ్లోనే చేయగట్లు అన్ని పనులు ఎఫెక్ట్స్ ట్రిక్స్ చేయాలి.
the banks of the river Godavari